Hi, and also a warm welcome from me in this exciting exhibition that our students put together. My name is Lotte Vergouwen and I'm a course leader at the School Games and Interaction from HKU University of the Arts, Utrecht. I was one of the initiators and co-chairs of this amazing project where we research designing and collaborating in mixed reality and social VR spaces. I would like to give you some context for this project, which is suitably called Project Context, and it is part of the curriculum of year 3 and 4 of the HKU Studies Games and Interaction. For this project, we had a multidisciplinary team with 2 game artists, 2 game designers, a game developer, and from the School of Theatre, we had a student interactive performance design. And from Utrecht University, we had another developer from the Department of Information and Computing Sciences. So what exactly is Project Context? For Project Context, students work an entire semester on an assignment for an external client. The clients are very diverse, ranging from museums, festivals, big corporates, healthcare, or game companies. And students can pick which project they would like to work on, so it fits their personal development goals. I think that's very important in terms of autonomy. To give you a few quick examples of former projects, this, for example, is a board game and app for KLM Airlines personnel. This is a neighborhood participation project in Amsterdam North. And this is a more entertainment style game about mental health for a Dutch public broadcaster. And here you can see some interactive installations for the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. So we have done some projects with AR, VR, or mixed reality, but we never designed and collaborated in VR together. And that was something I was really curious about. So why did I want to try this out? I thought it would be really interesting to explore the possibilities of virtual reality and mixed reality, and not only for entertainment purposes, but also really as a learning experience. I think mixed reality especially is very interesting when you can create a crossover between different disciplines like film, theatric performances, games, and even product design. And of course, it's also nice to work together with different schools, both in and out of HKU. Also, we would like to work more together and expand the international network. It can be easier to participate in a project when it's online, when it's virtual, so they don't actually have to come to the Netherlands. And of course, for educational development, I think we always design and educate for the future. So for me, this was very interesting. Was a very interesting research for the strategic development and the future of the School of Games and Interaction. And so for this project, we didn't have an external client, but my colleague Joris Weidom from the School of Theatre, he wanted to be sort of the client. And we had already wanted to work together on a project for some time, and I'm really glad that we could finally make this happen. And also having an internal client, so to speak, gave us more freedom to experiment within the project. So yeah, when Corona arrived in spring, this idea of doing a pilot became more relevant and urgent. So suddenly you could not work together physically. So we had to teach from home, all the classes were online, students were locked up. And you also saw that, for example, conferences and festivals went online. And some experimented using VR, but I think a lot of these tries were not very creative and maybe also even a bit sad. If you have a look at this, well, this is not possible, of course, with Corona, but it also doesn't look like the best idea to incorporate a VR experience into your conference. And when meetings did take place in VR, you saw examples of people looking at PowerPoint presentations and stats in a virtual room, or they recreated the exact dull meeting room they would meet in real life. So yeah, how could we do this differently? Joris wanted to be the client for this project, and luckily he already had a lot of experience working with MR. So we were wondering how we can stimulate and challenge students to come up with designs and experiments that go beyond what we've already seen. Joris came up with NEOS as a platform, a program to use for this project. And it meant that not only the students, but me as a coach, for example, also needed to work a lot inside VR with the students, which would look like this. So Joris is a bit of a creepy version of himself, and I look like a giant pink cartoon animal in VR. This is how our group of students look like, or this is what they look like in real life. And this is how the students started, so they could still meet physically and work together physically, which was important, I think, for the beginning, that they also met in real life. But this is how they've been collaborating most of the time. The results, and maybe more importantly, the process of this project, you can experience in this exhibition today. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I know we did. Have fun.